Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Zen Road Trucker. I'm out on the road for this Thanksgiving. Well, technically I'm not. I'm sitting in Lansing, Michigan. Our company that we run boats for closes over the weekend, and I'll be sitting here waiting for the load to come out. And thought I'd do a couple things I haven't done in a while. I've got a piece of equipment I've been using recently that I really enjoy. It seems to alleviate some of the stress on my ear that I was having with the other headset, the BT-450, which is still a phenomenal headset. The BT-450, it has a USB-C charger. The 550 has a micro USB charger, and it fails unbelievably quickly, and you can no longer charge your headset, and you have to throw it and get another one. The USB-C charger, much more robust, much more reliable, and this is still an outstanding headset, and I use it quite often. So this, my primary headset, and this cool thing is called a hanger. You can get them at most truck stops of America. The TAs is where I keep finding these. Like I got both of the ones I have in the truck right now, I got at Iowa 80 truck stop. So it hangs over like your bucket up there, and then you just hang your headset in it. It keeps it out of the way, and you don't have to wear it 24/7 when you're driving. So that's two things I want to talk about. But the coolest thing I got, I was on a whim. They had a tryout station in a Love's, and I had a bunch of Love's points, and I said, I'm going to try those. So I put them on and listened to the music through them, and these are called Aftershocks, and they're bone conduction headphones. They don't go in the hole in your ear. They don't sit on top of your ear. These pads ride on the front, and they vibrate the bones around your ear, which basically all you're hearing is vibrations anyhow. And the music and the talking and even the background noises of people you're talking to, it's hard to believe it's not happening. My son lives in New Jersey now and has to use his turn signal all the time, and I'll hear the clicking of his turn signal so clearly that I think it's in my own truck, and I'll keep looking at my dash to see if I left my turn signal on. So if you're looking for something new, fancy, and very comfortable wear for long periods of time, I forget I have these on, and then my phone will ring and it'll go boom on the side of my head. Aftershocks, they're a bone conduction headphone. They don't go in your ear, they just go around the back of your head, and I don't know if you can see, they go right in front of your ear, and they vibrate right up in here, so you hear everything clearly. And one of the big DOT things is you can't have headphones on that cover both ears, and because I have a lot of hearing damage in my right ear, I don't hear very well. I actually hear better with the bone conduction headset than I do without a headset there. I can hear music and stuff, so if I were to wear a regular headset, I wouldn't hear it as well as I hear it with the bone conduction, which is very similar to the way cochlear implants and things like that work. So now that both my ears are wide open, I can hear traffic and everything else going on, and I can hear and play music and still converse with people outside, and not yell and scream because you think you can't hear each other. So Aftershocks, really a great a headset, great buy, and from the people I've talked to, it really picks up voice, has great noise canceling ability, and the bass is a little weird because it does vibrate, so you'll get a little bit of physical feeling of vibration against your head as bass is going, which, I mean, if you're out thumping in a rave or something, you're going to get that too, but this is kind of unique in the fact that that's what happens. So far, things are going really well with this company. I want to say I was on my last one. It was my first load or second load. It was I went to Canada and back. I went down after that because I had to go to Minneapolis. I picked up a load here in Lansing at Manitou Boats to take over north of Minneapolis and drop off. And Then I took the trailer I was driving, had a ABS light, ABS anti-lock braking system failure, and I dropped it at the trailer shop, and then took my truck up to the tractor shop to get my front radar, my adaptive cruise radar, repaired because it just wasn't doing anything. And the first day I got it there, they parked it back in the yard and said, "Hey, we're done. It's not throwing any faults. We don't know what's wrong with it." I said, "Well, it's not doing anything. That's what's wrong with it." And he said, "Well, when do you have to leave?" Which is a cool question for a mechanic to ask you, because when do you have to leave? Like, do you have a load coming? Do you have a, do you have to be somewhere? Do you have to go pick up something? So that's an excellent question. I said, I don't have to go anywhere until the truck is fixed. All I have is a deadhead back to Lansing. So he said, all right, well, I'll get you up in the morning. We'll get a look at it, and you'll explain it a little better to what it is or isn't doing, and we'll go from there. So I brought it in, put it in door one, went over to eat breakfast with some of the guys. He comes back over about an hour and a half later and says, I figured out what's wrong with it. I go, yeah, what? He goes, they put it in backwards. It's pointing at your radiator, so it reads blocked, and then recalibrates it at that distance, and it doesn't make any. That's why your cruise control still works and stuff, because it was working, but it was working in a very short distance, and as long as there weren't any obstructions in there, it wasn't going to do anything. So I turned it back around. Everything's working great now. So that radar in backwards. Who'd have knew? So that was fixed. I went back, picked up the trailer. It was done. Halfway back to Lansing with the trailer, the ABS light comes back on. So instead of turning around and going back to the trailer shop, I continued on. I red tagged it, call road service. They'll get somebody out there to take care of it. Don't leave a trailer that needs repair without letting somebody know it needs repair and marking it as such, so it doesn't get picked up by the people loading the goods that you're hauling, and it doesn't get picked up by somebody looking for an empty trailer. So always, if you can't get it repaired on your way there, mark it, report it, and it becomes somebody else's problem. So I am back here in Lansing. There's a good possibility I won't get a load until Monday, which is just the nature of the beast on the holidays. My fleet manager says she's working on maybe getting me some money for the waiting. I had a good week. Paychecks have been really good. Got paid a day early because of Thanksgiving. That was nice. But overall, things are going really well, and I brought my razor with me to trim up and look neater and stuff. And the battery's dead, and I left the charger at the house, so I'm feeling like a monster big dumbass. Which, I'm pretty used to that, so we're okay. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving, whether you celebrate it or not. I always look at it as a reason to have turkey and cranberry sauce, and not that stuff in a can, which is good. I like to make sandwiches, peanut butter and cranberry sauce out of the canned sandwiches. If you've never had it, thin slices of cranberry sauce on a crunchy peanut butter with a whole wheat bread makes for a great sandwich. Where was I? Be good to each other. Don't be dicks. Help people out, not just in the holidays, but every day. And no matter what you celebrate, no matter who you worship, what your faith is, what your overall life philosophy is, we are all one people. We all live on this ball in space. All we have is each other. Treat them like you would treat yourself. Love you guys. Happy holidays.